Hello, everybody. It is Shannon Rose,
Hey, this is Nat. Welcome to Hollywood Dropouts.
and today we are going to be talking about kind of how Natty and I met and a little bit about our past. We're going to do some story times. It's kind of funny because we're literally talking before this. We're like, we don't remember a lot like of our past. Like, does anyone else relate to like not remembering a lot of things? Because I know there's so many like missing pieces in my brain of like Maddie and I was like, let's talk about how we met, like the story of how we met. And she's like, Shannon, do you remember how we met? And I was like, no, I think a little bit. Like, I think we met at a party, right?
We must have. But so,
Yeah.
I think this is so weird because, I know at least for me, is it because this is so many drugs ago? Or, did your brain just filter out stuff? I feel like, I don't know if that's my mom thing, because I don't remember shit about my life before kids. I really don't. I know it was wild. I know people always want to hear these stories with, these juicy details, but, I honestly, I was like, I'm gonna have to Google it, or I'm gonna have to look through old photos, to
I
try to
feel like with
jog my
your
memory.
like with your bits and pieces and my bits and pieces of the memory, we can compile the
Okay,
story back together. But
so
I oh, go ahead.
I think that we met probably Shannon. You're a year older than me, so you're a
Hmm.
year ahead of me in school. So I think that we must have met at a party. I used to hang out with people who went to El Camino High School, and I
Hmm.
feel like
We
somehow.
met. I thought we met at like my old roommate's house. Do you remember Matt? Matt Gray. He was like he had a house in like West Hills, and I
So
was living
everybody,
there.
I feel like that's always, but that's where we were. You know what I mean? Like El Camino was out in that direction.
Yeah,
I feel
that's what I,
like
that's how we met. So I think this is how it went because this is my memory. So you'll have to know if I jog your memory, you'll let me know. But so I would have these parties because I was doing porn at the time, and we had a stripper pole in the living room, and we would play like, well, not me, but like people would play my porn on the TV, and then like everybody would come and party at this house that was in West Hills, and I was living there, and my roommate was like this like nerdy, like computer like
what?
genius,
Who was your roommate at the time?
Matt.
Matt. Okay, no,
Matt.
see, I don't remember Matt. This was not at the summit, right?
This was not at the summit. This was
It was-
before. So like I was living there, and I'm pretty sure you had come to a party, and that's
So
originally how you met because you're like, who is
probably,
this girl? I want to be her friend.
and it was probably with Cameron.
Yes, because
Who
he's
was
friends with Matt.
Okay, so Cameron is my first roommate. When I first moved out, Cameron and I got an apartment together. He was just
Okay.
this great guy that we used to know. Um,
Neff, right?
yes, Cameron Neff, if you're
Yes.
listening, hello. Um,
Oh, oh my gosh, that's so funny. So
so
see, this is what I mean
yeah,
when I
yeah,
start.
now we're remembering. We're remembering things. Okay, so I do
Yes.
remember this. I remember going to this party and it being super fucking weird. Okay, you're you go to this party and I'm probably 18, so you would have just been out of high school. I mean we probably had both graduated, but you would have been out for a year, and I had just graduated,
I had a
so
hot
that's
pink lifted truck
yes.
with a
And
stripper pole in the back.
but more so I remember going to this party and being like, this is the weirdest thing ever to go to someone's house and watch porn that they're in. You know what I mean? I was like, never even watched porn with another person, let alone in a party setting, with the people that are in the porn at the party.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely weird. I mean, like that was not like I would never, for one, like I hate watching myself like at all. Like I don't even like watching my own YouTube videos,
I
let
don't
alone like
watch our
my poor.
videos.
You know what I mean? Like that's just so for me, like I must have just been like extremely like intoxicated and just like not given
Drunk,
a
I was
flying
gonna say.
F like what was going on. But like people, I think they did it because they thought it was funny. You know what I mean? And like they were like making fun of me and like so it wasn't like a oh look at me. It was like a we're making fun of Shannon like as
I don't know. But anyway, so I think that's how we met, and yeah, I think we just kind of clicked. But I really liked. So I was not a porn girl, but I really liked porn girls because I feel like porn girls are just upfront about all the stuff that regular girls are not. You know what I mean?
porn girls were the coolest girls. Like they
They
were
were
the
so
most down to
fun
earth.
and
Yeah, like they weren't um
supportive. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Everyone was really cool with each other.
yeah.
It wasn't
No jealousy.
it wasn't competitive or nasty. Like I don't remember that about it, you know? I remember being a lot of fun, and like it was the kind of crowd where like everyone wants to go out and get laid, and we're all open about it, and there's like no judgment, and there's no shade, and there's no like
Yeah.
bullshit at the end of the night if you don't go home with who you came with, you know? It was just
Right.
like see y'all tomorrow, you know?
Yeah,
Um
yeah, exactly.
so
That's
then we
what I
started.
think that's like, oh, I was just gonna say, like, I think that that's one thing that, like, um, I think was so cool about like porn girls is like, or that some people would not like think about, right? Like they think of someone that does porn and they think like, oh, just, you know, slutty or like, I don't know. They have like bad connotation with it, but like when you actually were friends with any of these girls, like they were some of the coolest, like most down to earth, like non-judgmental, like good, actual good friends. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't like what you would think. You know what I
Like,
mean?
I mean, and I know that people are imagining a lot of like daddy issues and drugs, and I'm not gonna lie, that was all there, you know?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
not
But
like
non-porn girls have those issues too.
no, it is what it's exactly what you think it is, but it's also not what you think it is, you know?
Right, right. Yeah.
But like porn is such an odd industry because it really is like centralized in the San Fernando Valley where we live. Do you know what I mean? Like that is like the porn capital of the whole world, not
Yeah.
just like not just California or not even just LA anywhere, like the whole world, like the San Fernando Valley. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
I feel like no one else really has any like experience with porn culture unless you're from there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's
I
where
mean, I
it's
think it's
made.
definitely changed since like since back in the day, right? Like
In the
a
last
lot
20
has
years.
changed. Yeah, like
It's like
everything's like online
money.
now or like it's all like OnlyFans or whatever. So I
It's like
think like
shows.
I don't even know really because it's been so long. Like, do they still like film actual porn
I
videos
have
like
no idea.
in
I mean, once
Cali?
people started making shit on Craigslist, did it kind of just like drop the value of everything?
On Craigslist? Wait, what?
People make fucking not porn, but like escorts. You know what I mean? Like people like
Oh, escorting. You're talking
no,
about
but, like
something totally different.
no, but I just meant like since people started selling sex in all different areas, you know, there's like
Mm.
all different platforms you can do it on.
Yeah, I guess
People
so.
don't need porn anymore, you know, because like
Yeah. Well, I
there's
feel like it's like
OnlyFans.
yeah, I feel like only it's like OnlyFans, right? Is like the thing now.
Would
I
you
don't
ever
know, but
consider
like
doing that now?
oh, I had thought about it many times. In fact, it's so funny because like some troll must have made like a OnlyFans like for me with my email, and so like I always get like an email like it's like oh someone logged into your OnlyFans. I'm like dude I don't have a freaking OnlyFans, but I've considered it many times, especially when I've heard like
How
I
much
had
money?
heard what's it called like people are making like millions of dollars a month. I'm like yeah, maybe I should just like do it and like retire, you know? But then I'm like, yeah, no.
You
There's
know,
no
I
way.
usually joke about it
No one
with
wants to see what's going on under here right now. I can
no, but
promise you
you know,
that.
I joke about it, but like I also like I don't have that like I don't have that swagger anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't have
Yes,
that
you
like
do. It's a
no,
different.
not like
It's
that.
like
Not
mommy
only that,
swagger. Like
not
mommy
only that.
swagger.
Yeah, just even weirder people would like to pay for that. But
Who cares? Who's paying if someone's paying, right?
no, you know what I also think about though is that like I am raising kids and I am raising kids with very pretty Christian values, you know, and
Yeah. Like conservative.
I wouldn't call myself conservative. I would say that like that's not an avenue I want my 19-year-old daughter trying. So like, you know,
Yeah,
practically,
it's
you know what I
tricky
mean?
when your kids are older. You don't think about it like when they're young or like before you have kids because you're like, you don't, I don't know. For me, I was like, didn't even think I'd have kids when I was like younger, you know? So I didn't think I'd make it past like 25, you know? So I was just like, was not a thought in my mind. But now that we're moms, it's like, that's all we do think about is like, oh, like our kids and, you know,
I
like
can
I remember. Oh, I was just gonna say, I remember like when I was doing porn, there was this girl called her like stage name was Brittany Sky, and she was a friend of mine. She's like super cool, but she was a mom, and like her kids were in school, and like they knew what she did, and so like I that was like my only time that I was like, oh, I wonder what that's like. Like, is it cool or is it like not cool? Is he gonna get made fun of? Like, you know, and because it was a boy, like she had boys. And so I was
oh
always just
gosh,
like, oh man, like that's kind of
no,
great. Like, I don't know
that
how
feels
that plays out at school, you know?
that kid is gonna get picked on like a motherfucker. So here's something kind of funny.
Or the opposite. Or they're like,
No,
dude, you have a hot mom. Like she drove like a pink Hummer and to drop him off at
that
school,
is
you
not
know?
cool when you're a kid because my son gets that a little bit. My son got into a an altercation with a kid at
Oh no.
school who said that he was going to take his mom to Pound Town.
What?
So like, can I be mad? No. And my husband's reaction is like, "Well, dude, your mom is hot. Like, people are
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see it, you know." And I believe that when I was with Charlie, my brother was a fireman and living in a fire station, and I imagine that was kind of a hostile like locker room type environment. Um, so yeah, I think having a hot mom probably they're just gonna talk shit, you know.
Yeah,
So
but, like I feel like it's different. Like, okay, you have a hot mom, but like when you have a hot mom that like you can that other people can look up online, that's the difference, right?
but
And so
if it's porn, it's not. It's like a you know what I mean? It's like a I'm
I
gonna
don't
go
know.
Google her, not like a Google me. It's like a don't Google me, guys. You know,
Right. I don't know.
you're gonna be
I don't know.
sorry.
You never know these days. Like things are so different from like when we were growing up, you know, like where it's like we wouldn't want to have like Stacy's mom has got it going on, you know, but like nowadays like everyone's so inclusive and like, you know, no judgment and all these different things. It's like, is it okay and like acceptable now at school? Like,
You know
or is
what?
it,
It's not. It's 100% not.
well,
Um,
maybe where you live. I wonder like in
oh,
LA,
where
maybe,
I live, it is 100% not. But
right.
you know, I mean, anywhere in the Midwest or other parts of the country, you know, are much more conservative. But like,
Yeah.
you know, LA specifically and Hollywood is like specifically like a sexy industry. Like more so than
Yeah.
New York. You know, New York I feel like is a little more serious with like models,
Yeah.
like that's more centered there. Movies are made in LA. LA's a little bit trashier. It's like a little bit sluttier. Plus, it's warm all year, so you can be a slut all year round.
I feel like
The Midwest is
it's
not as
funny because
good.
I'm in LA now and it's like literally raining. And it's been raining since I've been here. But I do think you're right. Like it just depends where you live. And right now, like being in LA, I'm like it's just everybody's so much more like laid back and chill and like accept it, like it's just more accepted, you know? Like so
It's a
I don't
godless
know.
place, LA. That's what you know. People must think of me when I came here to Iowa. You know, ah, she's from like a godless place. But anyway, I want to get off that topic. I want to think
Okay.
about. I want to think about like more of our Hollywood stuff. Like I honestly, I don't remember. So we met there. So Shannon and I also many years ago we were on Howard Stern together. So after, so
Yeah.
I don't know how this. I don't know how this happened. I don't know what order it happened in. So don't ask because I don't know. And maybe it's made up. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But so I don't remember how, but I ended up being her assistant. It was one of those like I was probably working as a nanny, I think, when I was in college, and was kind of over it. You know, I ended up dropping out of college, as I mentioned in the previous video. You know, I was in a sorority in college, and so I was doing that. But I did end up dropping out of college. You know, I was going to school to be a teacher, and I got further into my studies and realized that like the education system was not what I thought it was going to be. And I was like,
Hmm.
fuck this, I don't want to do this. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I thought, oh, let's take a break. Anyway, I dropped out of college. Somehow I ended up Shannon's assistant. And we used to go out dressed up like each other. Like Shannon would take us on shopping sprees, and we would dress up exactly the same. Like we buy two everything and dress like twins everywhere we fucking went. We did our makeup the same. We did everything the same. And at some point, I think we must have gone to New York. I think we must have been visiting a friend, maybe.
No, we
Um,
went to New York for the Howard Stern show. Like I got booked on the Howard Stern show and we went there for that. Yeah.
okay.
I know that for sure. Well, also, like, how do you become a personal assistant for a porn star? Like, how does that even happen, right?
You know how it happens with you is you're like, I love you so much. Let's hang out forever, you know? And I'm like, yeah, let's do that, you know? And you're also the same. You're like, I can't keep track of shit and I can't manage a sandwich and I just need you to help keep me on track. You need your own para professional to just
Yes.
redirect you. Keep you
Yeah,
on
it's
track.
so funny because Travis is like, how did you survive like life? And I'm like, well, I had Natty.
I was Travis before Travis was Travis, is what's going on, you
Yeah.
know?
It's so
I
funny
was
because
in
I've
life
always had
partner.
someone.
What?
I've always had somebody to like take
I
care of
was
me. I know it sounds like so bad, but like to do like the basic needs, like feed me and make sure that like, you know, I get to a doctor's appointment and can drive. Like those are like the things that like are so simple for everybody else are like extremely difficult for somebody like me. And so, yeah. And I think that like we ended up becoming best friends, and I was like, I want to hang out with you all the time. Can I just hire you so you could like help me and stay with me, and like we could just like basically like pay you to live with me?
I think that's pretty much what it was. And so Howard Stern was fun. It was a trip, you know. I remember I was wearing a shirt that said "Cocaine Blows" on it. I was very into like graphic shirts at the time. Um,
Howard Stern, by the way, like called you hot. Like, I don't know if you remember that, but like I remember growing up and like my dad watched Howard Stern, and so like, and I remember him being like really like very blunt and mean to people, you know, like. And so I was always like so scared that he was gonna be like mean and tell me that like I was ugly and like like you know like whatever. I thought he was gonna be like really mean to me. And so like when we went there and he was like so nice and like said nice things about us, I was like so flattered. I was like, oh my gosh.
well,
And then he
I
was like, and she has a hot assistant with her. Should we bring her out? And they were like, well, yeah, let's bring her out and then see what's up with the hot assistant. And I was just like, you know, it's like our lives was like a movie. I don't
it
like
was
think that
very
we really,
fun, and it was
yeah,
very cute, and like I was everything that you weren't, and vice versa, you know what I mean? Like you're very like glamorous, and I was a lot like I am now. Like I was no makeup, you know. That was my whole thing, and it's not because I have an issue with it. It's because I don't know how to do it, and I don't have the
no,
patience to learn.
you don't need it for one,
But well,
and
that's not the
two,
point.
like,
But I'm saying like, and that, so whenever we met people like professionally, like it was a really cool vibe. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we were very successful marketing ourselves that way back then.
yeah,
You know,
totally,
you have a hot girl and then you have a hot assistant. People are like, fuck yeah, I like everything
yeah,
that's going on here. You know,
yeah.
brilliant. And it worked. And he was really nice. And I feel like he was nice. I do remember that. I remember that people commented on some pictures that were not very nice, but people are assholes. Um,
What do you mean? I don't remember that. I don't remember anything negative about
I
like,
literally just remember one photo of us and it having like a negative comment on it. But I feel like I had to like dig it out because at one point I was like trying to remember shit. So, okay, so like in my personal life, like while I'm not famous, like I mean, I've been in Rolling Stone, like just with Charlie, but like I've been in Rolling Stone. Like I've been on
yeah.
Howard Stern, and I was trying to remember these things one day and I was looking for like proof or of that episode, and it's like buried. I mean, it would have to be, let me see, I
You're
graduated
talking about some
2004.
random person that commented on a photo. That doesn't count. I'm talking about like actually
No,
Howard Stern.
and that's
And
what I'm talking about.
yeah, 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 no.
One random troll, but
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I
no.
remember.
No, like that I don't even like think about that, but like Howard Stern and like the people on the show were like very nice to us,
They
and
were
like
so
it
great,
was
and they were like,
yeah.
"Come back anytime." Like they were so
I
cool.
know. We had like such a good experience, which is crazy because what people don't know is that we both ended up in a psychiatric hospital like right after that, which is like insane.
So yeah,
And
we
like
this
the
is
whole
why.
story of that is in my book if you guys want to like get the juicy
Hold on.
details of that.
I'm
But
gonna
we're not going to go
give
into
just
that
a
here.
little. I'm gonna give a little one. So we ended up drinking, obviously. Well, here's this, and this. I don't know the order this happened in, but this was New York. Okay, so we fly into New York. Okay, chaos, hotel. Howard Stern. What do we do now? Coyote Ugly. We're gonna go to Coyote Ugly. We're gonna dance the bar at Coyote Ugly. We're at Coyote Ugly. We're drunk. People are talking really fucking close to our faces because it's New York and everybody there is rude. We took a taxi with someone who might have been trying to kill us. It was nuts. We then ended up at Bellevue. I don't remember why. So
But
we
you have
ended
to
up
like give it context. Bellevue Psychiatric like state
hospital.
mental hospital.
Looney bin.
Okay.
Okay. So we end up at the loony bin. We're separated, and then we find each other, and we think, "Fuck, it's a mistake. Run!" So then we bolt out of there, literally running. We're like in pajamas, I remember, and it's like February in New York, and we have nothing. We have no money, but we get into a taxi, and we find $20 on the floor, and that's New York. That's what I remember.
Okay, literally, we escaped a psychiatric hospital. Okay, we fly to New York. We go on Howard Stern. We get wasted Coyote Ugly style. We end up in a mental hospital, both of us together, and then somehow find like a way to escape the mental hospital, and then get into a taxi, no money, like barely any clothes on, and then we end up somehow making our flight back home to LA. Like our lives were literally a movie. Like you can't make this stuff up.
It was like Get Him to the Greek. That whole trip was like the movie Get Him to the Greek, but we were
Yeah.
both Russell Brand. It was such a mess. I guess I would be Jonah Hill, but it was not good. It was rough. I
But
also
it's
remember
so,
we went
I
down
don't
to
know how we're
Canal
still
Street.
alive. Like, how are we still alive? I don't know.
We made it. Well, yeah, we did. We made it.
Oh my gosh, I know who called the mental hospital. Wait, I think it was Shane West that called, like, they had called the 911 like at our hotel to get us into the mental hospital. I think that's how we ended up. Shane West put us in a mental hospital, right?
I'll be
Pretty sure
honest.
that's what happened.
If that's what happened, well, then that means that. So I don't remember how we met
I have
Shane.
to reread my book. Honestly, like my memory is so bad now that my story is in my book. Like what happened? Hold on, I gotta like. Let me show you. This is literally. I'm not trying to like promote my book right now, but like it's the story is in here, and there's actual pictures. Oh my
Please,
gosh, look.
I was trying to find the
There's
picture.
literal pictures of this. Hold on, there's pictures of us from the Howard
I
Stern show
know
in
there
here.
are pictures in that book because I looked at it
Oh
when I was
my
at your
gosh.
house. Because when I saw that book, I read your first book and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna be in this fucking book." And then,
Look at escaping the mental ward with my bestie. That's literally chapter 19 of my book. The whole thing is in here. Oh my God, this is
okay.
so good. Let me see if there's any photos.
Okay, but so we also used to run around with Shane West. I don't remember where he came from. Actually, probably a
He
club.
came
When
from a club. You saw
what?
him at a club and he was like, "Who's your friend?" And then you were like, I don't know what happened, but like we didn't end up like I didn't end up meeting him that night. But then we went back to our house and we were watching A Walk to Remember and I'm like, "Oh my God, I have the biggest crush on Shane West. He's so hot." And you were like, "He was just asking about you the other night." Like I was talking to him and he was asking about you. I'm like, "Shut up." And she's like, "Yeah, and I have his number." I'm like, "Call him." Like, are you kidding? I'm like, I want to hit that. And we ended up freaking having like a threesome, a dating, and he like we like made him drive us to like the airport and be our chauffeur. Like when we needed to like go places. Do you remember that? You were
Vaguely.
like, you can't tell him to like just drive us places. I'm like, I just did. I
And
was like
honestly,
kind of
if
mean.
someone takes you to the LAX in LA, they really like you because that's a fucking nightmare.
I
Going
mean,
from
I
like
guess
Hollywood or
so.
the Valley to LAX, that's 45 fucking minutes, no matter how you fucking cut it.
He's right here. Look.
I knew it. That was okay.
And
Hold on.
look, there's
I was
us.
looking for those pictures. That was at my
Look at
house.
this.
Hold on. Go back. That was at those pictures. I remember that was Hollywood prom. We went to Hollywood prom wearing these matching cupcake dresses. We
Yes.
got drunk in the parking lot. We did not stay very long. I think we probably went to Shane West's house afterwards. Oh yeah, look, that's the shirt I wore on Howard Stern. Oh yeah, that's me and that's me. Yep.
Isn't this awesome? I can't believe I
Yeah,
have all this. Oh, this is where he drove us to the actual airport, actually. Look at, I have the photo of like, this was, we were late to the airport, and this was a picture you took, Natty, of
yeah,
me at Burbank Airport,
yeah.
where Shane dropped us off.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well, Burbank Airport ain't shit then. If he drops us off at Burbank, that's
yeah,
not
no, it was Burbank. But
whatever.
anyway, that's so funny. Okay, so everybody go buy my book because, you know, part one, part two. But yeah, like our lives are just like insane. Honestly, like it's so crazy.
That was like the
Some of the
Shifty
stuff.
age too. I had such a crush for Shifty. God rest his soul.
So
Seth.
sad happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, and he was one of those guys we hung out with quite a bit, but also like not,
No, I
Um,
feel like we were really close with him. I feel like
like
we
only
went to
for
meet.
like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like it was like not a long period of time.
No, we hung out with him way longer than 6 months. I've like years, like off and on for years, had been friends with him.
Maybe.
No, yeah, I think that you're forgetting. We were friends with him for a while because like I literally went to like meetings with him, like NA
I didn't
meetings.
have, I mean, I dated him briefly, and that was the extent of it for me. So
Really?
I
I
didn't
feel
have
like
to, I didn't go to those meetings with you guys. I didn't have the same relationship. Um,
you had more of like a
like I dated him briefly.
actual dating relationship. I had more of like
Yeah,
a friendship with him. Yeah.
yeah. It is sad what happened with him. It's one of those things where it's like not surprising,
I
but
know.
still
It's just
sucks.
so sad because like he had kids and like that. I feel bad for the kids. Is like what I really feel bad
Oh,
for. And also like he had
like
so much like sober time. And when he was sober, he was like such an amazing person and such a great artist and like come my lady, like the butterfly song, like every time I hear that I'm like, "Oh, it makes me think of you guys."
yeah, definitely. And he was a really troubled guy.
Aren't we
So
all?
restless spirit. hopefully at peace now.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean,
Yeah.
those were like, I remember because he's, covered in tattoos, his whole vibe. My mom used to tell me, she's like, every guy you bring home looks like the bad guys from Mad Max, which is funny. But not the new Mad Max, like the Mel Gibson Mad Max. Not so much anymore. I mean, I guess my husband is covered in tattoos, but nothing about him looks flawless, Aaron definitely looks like the law. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so I guess that is kind of like our origin story. We'll have to think about
Yeah. Oh,
more
we have
stuff.
so many good stories. We just have to piece them together because otherwise
So
they're like
we
lost.
are literally, Shannon, here's your homework. Go through your photos. And our life is like the movie The Hangover, where like we're just looking through the photos to try to piece together what happened. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's like a fun challenge
Yes.
to remember our past and our stories. But yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out, you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know about it because we're going to be doing some more really fun podcasts coming up. So definitely look
Follow
forward to
us.
that. But
Follow us on Instagram, Hollywood Dropouts Podcast. And we love you. Be kind, be humble, be grateful.